Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ganyan, thank you for stopping by. Today I want to talk about Wonderlands vs Borderlands 3 at the release state of Wonderlands. So this is 2 weeks after release. If you watch the video in a year, remember this. We have no DLCs, no big updates, this is 2 weeks after release. Before you start, if you enjoy the video, be sure to like it and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. First of all, I want to explain how the video is gonna work. It's gonna be based on points, but don't take it too seriously, it's just so you get the big idea, the big picture. I'm gonna give a point in a category that I think a game is better at. So for example, if I think Wonderlands does the skills and the combat better, it's gonna be a point for Wonderlands, and at the end we'll add up the points and see how it goes. So let's start with what I just gave as an example, the combat. I think Wonderlands does the combat and the skills better than Borderlands 3. Also, something I wanted to mention is that finally they fixed part of the screen pollution. There are a lot of things happening on the screen at once, but not too much. So it's okay, it's not too many things happening at once, you can see what's actually happening, who's shooting at you. Sometimes it can get into Borderlands 3 territory and it's too much stuff on the screen and it's kinda blinding, but it's okay. For the most part, it's better than Borderlands 3. With the combat itself, I think the enemy variety is great. It's not as much variety as Borderlands 3, but still there is a lot of enemy types, a lot of different ways to play, and every enemy has a different approach that you can use to fight it. For the skeletons, for example, I like to shoot off their legs so I can disable them like I used to do with the loader bots in Borderlands 2. I think that's a neat touch that you can shoot off specific parts of their bodies or their heads so their aim is worse. Stuff like this adds a lot to the game, it's a little touch but I love it, and I think Wonderlands does this better than Borderlands 3. When it comes to the skills itself, for the Vault Hunters, we have 6 skill trees. In Borderlands 3 we had 3 skill trees for each Vault Hunter and we had 4 Vault Hunters. So that's 12 skill trees. Here we have 6, but the difference is that you can mix and match between the 6. You can have 2 and you can choose whatever 2 you like from the 6. So it keeps the variety going, it's more variety, it's more gameplay styles, and you can choose very specific gameplay styles for yourself. For example, I like to use melee weapons, but I also like elemental damage. So my character is based on the close stringer, or whatever his name is, the one with the big axe that you can throw it like Thor. And the other character that I chose to mix with my character is the Stabomancer, because I saw that he has a lot of elemental buffs. So that's nice. I think it's better than Borderlands 3, that you can actually build your own Vault Hunter, and it keeps you in the game more because you're more connected to it. He's your Vault Hunter, you made him. The next category I wanted to talk about is the story of the game. Borderlands 3 had a lot of problems with the story, we all know that. With Tyreen and her brother, they were annoying, the story had almost no sense. Maya, Ava, everyone knows what happened with Borderlands 3. Overall, I think it was a good story, but it has a lot of problems. Wonderlands takes place inside the mind of Tiny Tina, so basically nothing has any stakes, nothing means anything, it's all in her mind. But still, I think when it comes to story, like purely the story in the game, without considering the big effects on it, on the universe of Borderlands, I think Tiny Tina's Wonderlands does the story better than Borderlands 3. It's less annoying, there are more interesting stuff. Yes, you don't meet as serious characters as you met in Borderlands 3, but still there are a lot of characters here, and most of it is just careless fun, and I think it fits Borderlands more. If you think about it, Borderlands 2 had a lot of careless, stupid fun, but still it tried to tell a serious story. Borderlands 3 had a lot of serious story and it had a little of careless fun. Wonderlands is somewhere in the middle, so I think it does it the best. When it comes to the story of it, like with the main character and the main villain and stuff, the villain is good. He is not the best villain in Borderlands in my opinion. I see a lot of people like him, so maybe you will like him more than I did. I like him a lot, but he's just not that interesting to me. The other characters, some of them are really annoying. The 2 characters who are with you throughout the story, sometimes they can get a little too much, but most of the time they're okay. And the story itself is not too long, it's way shorter than Borderlands 3, which is one of my big problems with the game, just how much content we get, but I'll get into that later. But still, I think the story point goes to Wonderlands because the overall story of it is more fun. I think I will enjoy it more when I replay it. Unlike Borderlands 3, it's more concise, it's more fun, it's more carefree, and it will make a better story to replay over time again and again with new Vault Hunters. The third category I wanted to talk about is the amount of content in the game. It's one of the big things that's very important to me and to, I imagine, most of you, because at the end of the day, we pay for these games. And when it comes to this, I think Borderlands 3 did this way better. I don't know about you, but in my country I paid almost the same for both games, and I got 3 times as much playtime with Borderlands 3 than in Wonderlands. It just has more content. It's just that simple. It has more maps, it has more guns. I mean, it doesn't have more guns, but it has more legendaries. It has more characters, more enemies, more locations, more stuff to do, more side quests. It just has a lot more than Wonderlands. And the price between them isn't that big of a difference. They cost almost the same, and Borderlands 3 has so much more stuff to do. So, in my opinion, Borderlands 3 did the content way more. There are some things that Borderlands 3 misses, like the endgame, which is our next category, but for now, Borderlands 3, when it comes to story and locations and stuff with other than endgame, it did it way better than Wonderlands. It just has more stuff to do. So for the money, Borderlands 3 is more worth it, and I think this category goes to Borderlands 3. Fourth category I want to talk about today is the end game of the game. Wonderlands has the Chaos Chamber, which is basically a roguelike replayable mode that mixes and matches enemies from the main game, and you get to fight them again. You fight waves of them, and in the end you fight a boss. And Borderlands 3, when it comes to endgame, well, it basically had nothing. We could replay the game, which is also something that's missing in Wonderlands. There is no true Vault Hunter mode. You can't replay the game with the same character, which is, I think it's a big mess. But at the end of the day, it has the Chaos Chamber, which is something you can replay a lot of the time. So the difference between the two games is one of them offers you the Chaos Chambers, a roguelike, like I said, mode that gives you loot, and Borderlands 3 offers you to replay the game to get more loot. And I think between the two, Wonderlands does this better. It has more endgame stuff to do. It's more interesting to run through the Chaos Chambers than to run through the game again. Because if you play with more characters, you're gonna run through the game again either way. You're gonna replay the game at least once more if you do multiple characters, which you probably will. So Borderlands 3 offering you to replay it again isn't that interesting. Wonderlands, at least it offers something new. I don't know if you like roguelikes. It's not the best endgame activity I've seen, but still it's something new. It's worth to mention that Borderlands 3 added raid bosses and takedowns, but that was later in the life cycle, and we don't know what's gonna happen with Wonderlands yet. We know that we're gonna get enemies in the Chaos Chambers in the future with DLCs, but we don't really know what's gonna be the plan moving forward for the endgame. So it might add endgame stuff, it might not, we'll have to wait and see, but for now, Wonderlands does this way better than Borderlands 3. You can rerun specific bosses and enemy locations, and it's just more fun. The Chaos Chamber, in my opinion, wins over Borderlands 3. Last but not least, the final category I wanted to go over is the replayability of the game. You might think it's connected to the end game, and it kinda is, but when I say replayability, I mean how many times can you replay the game and do stuff in it. In Borderlands 3, I think there is way better replayability than in Wonderlands, as of right now, because like I said, we have nothing to Wonderlands yet when it comes to DLCs and stuff. But for Wonderlands, once you finish with the endgame and once you finish the story, you can replay the campaign, but it's just there's not enough in it. I finished it in about 12 hours, so you can basically replay these 12 hours with other characters. In Borderlands 3, you can replay the story that took me 30 hours. You can replay the 30 hours with 4 Vault Hunters, which is a lot. In Wonderlands, you can replay 12 hours with like the 6 match skill trees that you can choose. But still, when it comes to the replayability, the many times that you can replay the game, I think Borderlands 3 wins. There's just more meat to the bone on Borderlands 3 than in Wonderlands. You can replay it and experience the stuff, and experience just more stuff. It's just that simple. You can replay it more and enjoy it more than in Wonderlands. Like I said, as of right now, we don't know what the DLCs are gonna do. And one more thing I wanted to mention is that there are a lot of categories that I didn't cover. You probably would be wondering, stuff like the HUD design and how it feels to play the game, stuff like this. I didn't cover it because it's the same with both games. The HUD is basically the Borderlands 3 HUD in Wonderlands, just a little different. The gameplay feel and the flow of the game is, like I said, Borderlands 3 but a little different, so it's just not worth covering. That's why I didn't put it in the video. So, as you can see, Wonderlands wins in most categories except one to Borderlands 3, but it's worth to mention that this one category that Borderlands 3 won, is a really important one. It's the amount of content in the game. So keep in mind, if you like to have more content and you don't care about Endgame, you don't care about anything else, then Borderlands is for you, Borderlands 3. But if you care about other stuff like Endgame, like the story, if you get too annoyed by stupid characters, then Wonderlands is for you. And again, it's just for now. We don't know what's gonna come with the DLC for Wonderlands. Remember, in Borderlands 3 we had a DLC pass announced before the game came out, and we had another one announced a year later that we had no idea is gonna come. So who knows, maybe we'll get 2 DLC passes for Wonderlands. We still don't know anything yet, but we'll have to wait and see. And also the free updates and the events and the stuff. We have nothing to know right now about Wonderlands. The first DLC is coming out in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna be covering that, hopefully, and I hope it's gonna be good. But for now, this was the video. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer Borderlands 3? Did you buy Wonderlands? If you did, what do you think? Is it better than Borderlands 3 or not? Let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, be sure to like it and share it, and have a nice day.